again, this is Sam Visnic from endyourbackpainnow.com/blog, and today what we're going to cover is a fantastic exercise for those of you who may be suffering from disc herniations. It's called the McKenzie press-up. Now, I don't take credit for this movement at all. It's formulated by a physical therapist, a world-renowned one called Robin McKenzie, who has a fantastic approach for disc herniations, and this exercise only represents a very small portion of his entire system, but I found it to be extremely effective if you're only going to choose one movement to do to assist with decreasing disc herniation pain. Now, this motion, as we've discussed in many other videos and sections of my blog, the movement you absolutely want to avoid at all costs if you have a posterior disc herniation is flexion, which is rounding the spine forward. The corrective motion is going to be extension of the spine, which we can perform in a prone position, meaning laying face down. Now, what we're attempting to do here is to do an extension type motion without using any of the muscles in the lower back or the hips. So we want to make sure you're in a complete resting state. And many times, if you've had a significant amount of pain from your disc herniation, just lying down in the prone position can give you a tremendous amount of relief. So individuals who have an anterior pelvic tilt, which is causing their pain, laying face down can actually cause them pain. But if you have a posterior disc bulge, this position allows you to have a significant amount of decreased disc pressure, which means less pressure on the nerve, i.e. less pain. So as you can see here, Karen is laying down in the prone position. The spine is in a nice rested extension position. So that would be step one of the motion. Step two of the motion would be if she was just supporting herself actually up on her elbows, which I'm going to have her do. So in this position here, if she's just supporting her elbows, just like a child would be watching television, this position increases the amount of extension in the spine, and it's very helpful provided she's completely relaxed in this position. And this, she could hold on to this position for anywhere from 60 seconds to 2 minutes at a time, depending on how it feels. Some of those structures in the spine may become adaptively shortened out of having a lot of flexion in the spine for a long period of time, so this might take a little bit of time to get used to. And I urge you, if you're attempting these exercises, always to consult your physician prior to doing any of this to make sure if they're right or not for you. So don't go and do anything that may increase your pain. That is not the intention. This is for education so that you understand where you're going with these types of motions. So I would always start with the prone position first and then propping up on top of the elbows. Now the full McKenzie press up is if Karen were going to go all the way back down again. If I were to have her put her hands underneath the shoulders as if doing a close stance push-up, and if she allows her entire lower body to completely relax, takes a breath, and then slowly extends as she pushes herself upright until her arms are pretty much straight. So from that position there, the back muscle is completely hanging, or I call it sagging, and none of the muscles in the glutes or the low back is turned on. She gets to the top, holds for a brief second or two, and then lowers herself back down again. Again, keeping all of the weight on the hands. This process can be repeated for about 10 repetitions, and many times I have clients perform it every hour on the hour or to tolerance. Again, this is really an individual type of prescription, as many different individuals respond differently to this movement. If it causes pain, we always decrease the amount of motion that's happening first, and then we start to progress it over time. There's no rush whatsoever for this motion, because what we're looking for is pain relief, not to try and get stronger. We're trying to reduce the pressure on the disc so that the spine can heal, and that's what we're looking for. So hope this movement has been helpful, and I urge you to check out more about Robin McKenzie and the McKenzie method, or to talk to your healthcare provider who's treating you about using this approach, as I found it extremely effective. This is Sam Visnic, again from endyourbackpainnow.com/blog, and thanks for watching.